What's up, guys? Good morning. What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Hope you guys are doing well, feeling good. We got quite the onslaught here to start the day. Quite a few stocks moving up. There's DRUG, there's ATNF, there's STEC, and well, not even and there's VS and BDRX. Quite the list today. Although DRUG, I'm not going to be watching at it because it's a little bit more expensive. At least not as my first string stock. I don't mind trading it with smaller size, but I think ATNF and some of the others I'll have as preference. All right, let's see. ATNF, how are we doing? Looks pretty decent. 800% move. Absolute insane aggression here. And this is the type of thing we'll expect to see after a day like yesterday, of course, with the stock going to 60 bucks in DRUG. Pre-market high at 18.93. I mean, this has been quite the move here. Yeah, definitely pre-market traders are going to enjoy this one. It started at 8 a.m. as well, which is interesting. A lot of times we see the 4 a.m. Start point. Let me make sure my other screen is recording here. Looks good. ATNF, man, wow. So in terms of this recent pullback, we got lows around 1450. This one might be pretty active coming into the open. The question that I have is, it seems like we're in a bit of a crazy market here the last, at least yesterday. Will this stock be strong enough to continue, or did it run its course? It's 1893, the most we can see out of this one. I'm not too sure, so I'm thinking if there is a consolidation and there's a range, and we're seeing good bottoming wicks and it's bouncing up, almost similar to DRUG yesterday, where after the resumption down, that sideways trend gave like a lot of moves. In fact, more opportunities than the halts going up. So if this goes sideways and there's good dips, I think it'll definitely be worth it. ATNF. We'll see how it does. Up 800%, 30 million shares of volume. STEC. This one is up 650%. And you can see how everything is like exaggerated here percentage-wise, right? I mean, just absolutely insane stuff. After hours, we had 669 for highs. High of the current range, or at least the last range, was 330. And love the pullback, pretty low down here, 211. STEC 200 EMA is at 329. We'll see how it does. STEC, definitely, definitely going to be a decent one to watch. The daily chart doesn't look bad. If we can see a move over to pre-market highs, that'll be pretty good. VS, on the other hand, is up 246. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen stocks gap up this much in the morning session. I'm going to clear the drawing set. This might even be maybe the day with the biggest gap I've seen in terms of like a collective amount of stocks. I don't know. I'd have to like go back in history and like really try to check on that, but this is quite the start of the day here. I thought DRUG might have gotten to $100. It didn't. But the move it gave in after hours was pretty crazy. Looking at the daily chart for VS. We're at 650. Let's see. VS, pull it up over here. 663 on the daily as a potential level, and then 894. Time 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the opening bell. VS room to 894 if it's to get over 660, and then the last level is 2080. Although that's way back of, like, the imagination. So those are my top three: VS, 8, TNF, STEC. But as mentioned, there's also BDRX. BDRX high point of 1650, but has pulled back all the way down here to 783 for lows, and it's currently around 850. So it's going to be quite the active day. We're going to definitely have to try to focus in on just one stock that's moving well, despite if there's multiple moving well at the same time. I think just preference, whichever one. In terms of price range, honestly, ATNF, I wouldn't mind. VS, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it just depends, right? But it's another day to be disciplined. It's another day to be patient. And let's see what we get. ATNF here. I'll be watching into the open. Small size first on ATNF. And then I'll look to go from there. Let's be sure to trade to the best of our abilities here. $13.50 for lows there. Taking that dip and looking to hold. Can I see 13 at least out of this? Well, it's going to keep dipping. Oh, wow. It's quite the exaggeration there. So the low's at 11.52. It should bounce. There's about a $4 share drop right there. Low 11.52. So there's the bounce. It's a good bounce. A little more exaggerated than I would have imagined, but we got VS moving up. There's a halt at 15.53 here if this keeps going. That trade would have been a pretty big trade. We're going to get chopped out of that, but we'll see how it does. 15.53 for the halt up. I'm going to try 13 here. Can we not drop all the way for full retracement? Here's about a decent trade. I might have gotten a high fill, but okay. I'm going to try it again. I am filled on the ask, which is not great. Couple cents. Higher fill there on the ask. It definitely has range, so if you're using size, you got to be prepared to be, up 1K, up 2, 3K, then red 3K, and then, so forth. If you're using big size, 3K size. 15.53. Okay. You're definitely getting fills on the ass, so watch out for that. Fills are coming in on the ask. Oh, I'm gonna sell that dip early. All the way to 17. Wow. Halt is at 17.28. Will we see another pullback in here before it continues? $16.10. Oh, I'm gonna get blazed here. I'm gonna try again. The dips are so massive. I mean, it's insane. This stock is like freaking. Wow. The spreads for the halt are very wide, like almost $7-8 kind of wide. So you got to be accurate here on these pullbacks. $17.60, $14.56. STEC is halted up, which is good.
WAVB.
VS in the side of my eyes moving up. There's a bid here. I should have jumped in. Oh my god, there's another bid. And that bid is not going to work. That first bid, though, better. Are we ready? Or do we need that pullback again? Big level here. It looks like it's still having trouble for those highs. I don't love that I'm not big green already. You know, I've gotten caught in some of the dips. So I got to be careful here. I'm going to come down in size just a little bit for now, but watching to see if it pulls back again. More. Oh, nope. It is going to pull back more. And this is a massive pullback. So it's a good call to reduce size. I had below 1530 by 1450. We're down at 1385. Despite buying pretty low, it's still going to go lower. You're going to get chopped out again. So, but if you can anticipate these dips properly, you can make $1 a share every time it bounces. But if you're not getting in, if you're getting chopped out, if you're in too high, then you're going to get blazed. I think holding $1 share is like, it's a little too risky. But it's slingshotting though. I'm 0 for 3 on those big dips. VS, big level. Taking a couple trades on VS, I'll pull it up when I can, but it's having trouble here. Bro, what the hell with the fills and the spreads? Well, we're scratching that one. Let me see how BDRX and some of the others. BDRX halted up. That probably worth watching. Alright. We're at $700 on this ATNF. We're gonna switch away. I think I'm having a little too much trouble anticipating the dip and how low it's going, despite like waiting for the exaggerated dip. So I'm just gonna switch up to a different stock. 36, 41.27, and then 40.54 for STEC. So STEC, I'm going to try to take a quick trade and then switch over to BDRX, which is going to be 41.27. All right, here we go for STEC, 240. Is it 10 minutes? Maybe it's a 10-minute halt. 40.54, looks like it's 10 minutes. Okay, switching back to BDRX, 41.27. It's at 10:08. I got smaller size for now, just 1200. Couple seconds. Here we go. The volume seems a little lighter. Terrible fills right there, goodness. Aw. Come on. We were up like 60 cents both of those trades. We made $120. Come on. I tried selling the ass that second time. I should have just marked it out. Alright, that was a good shot. So we're gonna wait for STC. VS is still, a little trying. The fills are a little laggy. On VS, it's moving up. It's kind of whippy though, so if it flushes, it'll be bad. But VS can keep holding up. If it dips, I'm gonna size in. Dip, 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 dip. Not dipping. I'm gonna pull it up when I can. It's not breaking below 70, at least not yet. I need to see the 5 minute charts. I gotta pull it up. Yes. Okay. Damn. It held up 70 again. It's like the fourth time. '81. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. It teleports up at 70 as I buy. It's holding. We should keep going. Oh no, it's gonna come down. Bro, taking a dip at 60. Bro, how much did I should have made like 30 cents from break of five. Like I should be up over 1,500 already. What's going on with the bills today? Because that $10 stock, we missed out on like crazy amounts of gains in that spread. Although we had 1,200. So let's see what this continues to do here. Time 44. The candle's about to close. If we see the 5 minute pullback, it could be bigger, but I'm gonna watch. I've sized down. I'm gonna size down some more. I'm gonna size back up, but not yet. Okay, better than expected. Back over five. It is gonna go. Yep. I need to hold that. It's pretty strong. The halt is at 75. Damn. So that dip down to 60 was just 3 minute hold time, and selling into 60 at the highs. Dollar share. I'm not really seeing entries up here. There's a bid at 70, but it's so high, and it's gonna keep going. The best trade here is literally the dip from 460. I'm long down there at 75, but I'm just not holding that for 3 minutes. Break of five didn't seem super obvious, being that high of day was at 35. And granted, we didn't get a red candle in here either, right? I mean, there's pullback, but no red candle. So I'm kind of thinking I wasn't trusting over five. Wasn't trusting over 5. Well, I'm gonna miss out a dollar share move here. Ay, ay, ay. And hopefully the resumption gives an entry. Yeah, you've got to be careful. Despite it being a little hotter, you can still be red. Yesterday we had a few tragedies in the Discord, including myself. Yesterday from green 3K to flat. So you got to be careful. We had a few students who also, green 5K to flat, green 10K to flat. You got to watch out. I'm going to do a quick rotation. ATNF, BDRX, DRUG, STEC. STEC is 10-minute halt and looks a little tricky. VS definitely the strongest one right now. And this is a stock we've traded before as well. The RUG, this one is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on throughout the day. If it gives some sort of red to green halt up kind of thing. BDRX, man, we were up 60 cents on realized twice. Just couldn't really get the fills in the first trade. Tried hitting the ass the second trade. Couldn't get out. Ended up selling flat. VS resumption time is at 52.21. 52.21. I should have made a recap yesterday. Is what I should have done. Yesterday, I did think about a title. The title could have been, you know, let's see. What did I say? Losing all of my money to drugs. That would have been the title. Losing all of my money to drugs, or losing all of my money buying drugs. I think that's what the title would have been. I came back. There's a call out in the chat. I came back and I just wasn't prepared. Like freaking logging in. The stock is halted up at high of day at the time. I didn't check the price, nothing. I was a little distracted going live, and then before you know it, the resumption is happening. I'm not watching at it, and then it's just a mess. We lost 600 there. Said okay, that's it. Green like 1900, 1800, and then came back again, and then got caught in like a $4 or $5 share drop. If you guys will recall, I was red on like every other stock, so I was still green on drugs at like 1700, but I was red on everything else. So that after that big loss, that took me to the depths. I'm like, yep, okay, enough's enough. And I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing yesterday, the back end stuff. Trading, you got to be prepared, man. If you're ever to return, you got to remember the rules you have, and not come in here, disoriented, and still try to be aggressive, especially. STEC, I probably could have made money on that dip there. It was close to the halt down, but curled up nicely. Couple seconds to go for VS. The fills are so slow. Come on. Bro, by the time I'm trying to sell, it's like, if this thing drops, I mean, they get caught. should have held 70. It does look like a good 5 minute setup, I will say. The worst possible fills known to man. I needed to pull away up to like 80, 90. Can we pull away up to 80, 90 here? If it pulls away, it gives me a better shot at getting another entry here. There's a small bid down there. You see that dip? I could have took it. It's just not big enough. But that's the 5 minute setup there. You know, that trade at 480 is a trade you could potentially hold all the way up here if you don't take the profits at like over the whole dollar. Shit. Bro, fill me. Come on. It's just taking so long. If the stock drops in that type of moment, I'm screwed. I can't. It's taking so long to fill that it'll be down in the depths before I could get out. It's holding really high. I might buy back here if it doesn't drop. Can we see the new halt level? All right, I'll take the cup. Okay, there it is. Crap. Sold a second too soon. And that was on me. Kind of mismanaged that. So 670, 692. This is where the risk starts to get a little crazy. So you got to watch out for bigger drops. The pre-market highs were at 50. I'd rather see it get halted up, to be honest, rather than the pullback. Can we get halted up? Can we get halted up? It's trying. It's trying. We need more bids. False halt. Sellers coming in. Watch out for that big drop. Might be $1 a share if it doesn't get halted here. I might go short if it fails again here. Okay. This looks like it might get locked in. If this is a false halt, I'm going short. If there's shares available at least. Okay, locked in. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up. We got like 600 people. Hit the thumbs up. Get us up there to 200 likes. This type of momentum is definitely not easy for beginner traders. There's a couple of talks of Ross. You guys know Ross, man. On a day like this, Ross, 500,000 easy. Big time trader. STC. The halt down is at 72. This one is giving opportunities, I gotta pay attention to it. Halting up at 302. STEC. Looks like it'll get locked in. ATNF, how are we doing? Not so great. BDRX. Man, anybody who timed those dips on ATNF, man. Her day is looking great. The RUG, not much yet. NIVF from yesterday, not much. VS, still the strong stock. Day trading is not easy, but if you ask me, this is the place to be, man. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Even on a day like yesterday where I gave everything back, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. This is the space, the place to be. It's not easy, it's risky, but you know, if you can get to that consistency, you can see some gains. Resumption time 01:28. Oh, 1:28. But you know, today I'm gonna preach a lot about managing risks. So let's be careful. Let's size appropriately. It's a $7 stock for me. You know, 1,500 shares. I don't mind, but I think if I don't think I can size up at this point. I had like 5K size, but honestly, you know, it's hindsight, of course. But the trade where I had the least amount of risk was this dip. My stop was 10 cents. Now, of course, there could have been slippage if it was to flush down, but this was the place with the best odds for me, and I didn't size up here. If I'm to buy big size up here, it's just wrong. One wrong trade, and I'll be red. So I'm gonna keep to the mild share size and just base hits, base hits. Can I add up, and you know, add to the gains? If we take losses, I size down a bit and be careful. So we got about a minute and some change to VS. And honestly, these are the type of days to stick around all day long. These are the days for that. You can reduce size throughout the day, and if you're connecting, you can keep at it. It's interesting because the RUG yesterday, you know, we were doing pretty good on that consolidation towards the end. I think if I was to be if I was to stay on the stream like an extra hour, we could have dominated the move because I was in a great rhythm, right? We were executing fairly well. You got to be in the zone and you got to stay in the zone. So anyhow, so we're at 7-Eleven and we got about 20 seconds here for VS. As long as it gives the dip, I'll be in. If not, I'll let it go. Couple seconds. Here we go. Dip, 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 dip. I got a solid fill, I think. I don't know. It's hard to say. Probably could have held it though. Crap. Jeez. Ooh. Yeah, it is crazy seeing these stocks this strong. It's like, be careful of a dip. 880. Wow. Bro, I sold for 20 cents of gains there. That's crazy work. 913. Holy smokes. I was in at 660. Oh my god. Wow. What was that low? 28? Mm, I try. What time is it? Oh, 02. Can we get something? Anything? Anything good? Something good? Probably not. Struggling. I try to get back in 17. If I lose on this, I'll ease off. The 5 minute candle's hanging by a thread here. Bro, I bottom ticked that resumption and sold for 20 cents. That's crazy, man. Ah, the pastor. The pastor, brother. We got up to 840. What does it want to do? This could be good. This pullback here could be healthy. Time? 04. Yeah, okay, that wasn't bad. 780, 780. My analysis is a little slow. Terrible fills. I think it's gonna go again. Okay, churning a little bit. I'm gonna be patient here. The last candle closed, and it closed in good shape. This could have been a higher low though. I didn't buy that dip because I thought it was too high. But it's gonna bounce up nicely. I think the stock is looking pretty healthy considering how much it's moved up and where the consolidation is going right now. So still watching it. This dip is gonna be key here if it dips. Come on down. Price is right. Oh man, bro. Again, I'm expecting lower, but I still take 50 to give it that shot. I'm gonna botch the trades. It bounced up so fast, I got the higher fill. Son of a gun. It's better off, but I mean, the risk is real if it does really come down to where I think it could or should. All right. Holy smokes. All right, this is kind of failing. It's too much. That was close. I expected $7 there. That's 640. Damn. The resumption. Can we see a bounce out of resumption? Perhaps. Gave back a good amount there too. Between trying to break out and then trying this dip, we're not accurate. We're gonna get back in this area and then this area here. What I expected was like a flush down through 50 to like maybe like 25 or 7 or like 10, somewhere there. But it came to 50. I'm just not confident enough because I think it's too high versus the prior candlesticks. But did we make something on this last trade? Break even. 10-cent loss where we should have a nice 20-cent plus winner. I have to go back and watch. I think there was like the smallest of hesitation in the tape on that resumption, and I just took the 30 cents. This thing got another $2 a share. The low was 50. I'm in at 65. Okay, rotation, BDRX. There might be something there, but the chart is not great. ATNF, DRUG, NIVF actually has a decent chart. But no, I don't think anybody's looking at that one, right? It's from yesterday. BDRX, the volume is going to be the number one issue. I think I'll stay away from it. Unless it like gains more volume with another halt maybe. Just 40,000 shares per 1 minute candle. The spreads are going to be worse than they were earlier. We're red on one stock. We gave back a good amount here. Not the best of days. Time to sit tight and wait around for more opportunities. On days like this, something else comes. At least two other stocks will come at some point between now and the close, maybe even more than that. The stocks that are here now could do red to greens, stuff like that. DRUG, also another one to keep an eye on. I'm surprised it's not moving with more volume. $12 and 26 seconds. Or is it 11? Yeah, 12 and 26 seconds for VS. I'm not fussy for a trade on this resumption, although I think there should be a bounce. Um, I'll have really small size 700. But the bigger question is this backside, right? Like similar to how drug yesterday just went sideways and then retest the highs. It might be worth sticking around for like at least an hour or two just to see if it, eventually tries again. 643, there's 618. Oh wow, oh my gosh, wow. Maybe I should have been a little bit more fussy about the entry then. 620, 615 area. There was a bid, that's why it got up to 90, but like the bid kind of canceled. It's saying the low is 98. Okay. This is this is not bad price action, but we just have to watch out for like a full retracement. Damn, even that is still all right. So we're gonna get the full retracement. I could have done better with that. Low 97, 78. As I'm saying, we got to be careful with the full retracement. I get caught trying to get the full retracement, buying too high. It's not rocket science, but you got to be patient. I don't know why the light freaking bothers my eyes so much. Got to put on the blue light glasses. And my computer screen has the tint. 550. Oh, we've officially given back half of our gains here, so we're not really seeing as much of a consolidation as we saw yesterday. So time to be on the sidelines. Sidelines time. BDRX, the volume is super light. How's the chat room doing? Looks like some people are having trouble. Man, that front side on VS, man. Gosh, store not holding long enough. Still, we took some solid entries though overall. Some losers towards the end there, but for the imbalance on the green side of things to have been better, we had to hold a few of those trades longer on the resumption, and then that one 5 minute setup. Despite the smaller size, I sold five like 30, 550, 520, and like $6. Honestly, you know, I was in so low to the support. Like $6 could have definitely been something to look forward to, especially with even if it's just like a smaller position. ATNF, do I want to give this one a second try? It's in a bit of a small uptrend, but I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. I mean, I don't like how the chart really looks in the overall. And the 5 minute candle did make the new high there. But I'd need this to get to like 12, 13, 14. Is that likely here? Yeah, so holding those trades longer would have resulted into like significantly bigger wins. So even after the losses here, it's like we would have gave back a smaller percentage, you know. BDRX being up unrealized 60 cents twice, two different trades, and coming out with only 10 cents of gains is like a freaking mockery. I'll watch back all the trades after the stream is done. Rotating. Ah, man. Day trading is the easiest, hardest way to make money. We're not working in the sewer systems and building planes, bridges, tunnels. We're not unclogging the drainage. We're not building software. Once I regain a higher level of consistency, I know what to expect. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. And if I can see it, it must mean that it'll be a reality. These months are going to balloon again from just 10K to up 50K, 40K, and more. Is ATNF worth it over 1150? I'm gonna watch the consolidation here. STEC continues to get halted up and down. That one is a full-on Christmas tree. And the bids are... Okay. Maybe I don't even get involved with this. I also laid by, but still, the bids just from 40 down to 1110. Maybe dips alone. But even then, I mean, as I mentioned, the stock isn't in the best place, so we'll just keep waiting. Bids to the depths, man. 21 by 35. $26 by 50, 56 by 76, 20-cent spreads. And there's a bid of 30,000 and 12. Well, this is what I thought could have happened. It's definitely moving. It has a lot of range. I wonder if that bid came back as a hidden buyer because we didn't break below the level. And it's making a new high here over 75. Definitely not in a good rhythm with it. Seller up at 85. I gotta give myself longevity here. So I'm gonna keep watching it with a really small size, just 250 shares, until I can just gain a good rhythm. I can keep bigger size in my back pocket. 20. Time, 28. Come on, flush down one more. 28, 38. Oh, well, there's my flush down one more, so I'm going to give in at the high of 20. Rather, on a re-average. And it is just selling off. Great. Well, the 5 minute candle went from looking pretty good to looking like the depths. Bro, are you kidding me? Come on. See, if I didn't reduce size right there and I kept to like 700, 800 shares, it would already been down like 1800 on the stock between those two trades. So I missed the move going up and then getting blazed in the pullback. What I didn't like on this breakout was the attempt at 40 evaporated back down to 1110. Don't love to see stuff like that, but again, coming back from other stocks, have to remember that this one is just that's just how it's moving, right? Like with this type of price and the range that this thing had before, which literally was like $7, $5 a share. A 50 cent drop off of a fake out is like, pretty normal versus a stock like VS or something cheaper. Probably could have kept an eye on it, but missed the breakout, and then the pullback is not holding up here. A lot of times I like this trade into the previous resistance, but not working out this time. Lower dip and then retest. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you end up flat on a hot day. Well, despite this adversity here and it being a little difficult to capitalize, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. Patience is the key here, though. Hold on, let me grab my chair real quick. Time 10:30. Looking at the list of stocks here, and this VS did give a good couple of bounce opportunities. Sometimes my instinct is telling me one thing, like my intuition, and then there's sometimes a discrepancy, right? Like the stock might not go as low, and so I still try to be reactive towards the level two. But there's a lot of days where like I wait till the very end, like the last chance to get in, if this is where the stock is going to bounce. The moment I buy it, the stock is coming down. It's like, are you kidding me? Couldn't this thing have dropped a second or two sooner to confirm my hypothesis? But as we know, it's nothing is really 100%. There are days where it does hold up those type of levels, and keep going. Where are we at? Jeez Louise. Scratch day. ATNF. BDRX. This one could be good if it gains volume. BDRX, but need more volume. Surprised DRUG didn't give anything. And a couple of short sellers definitely got caught yesterday on that thing, man. It's a thing with trading. It's like if it's that was the one day you didn't really keep that tight stop. You might have re-averaged or something like that. It's like there were some people on Twitter that posted some bigger P&Ls, red and green. BURU. How about this BURU? Wait, what? BURU. BURU. Price, volume, how are we doing? How's it looking? Setup. I got this headache, man. Could this be something? This thing isn't really moving as much as I would like. Good. Can we continue to see more volume? The halt up is at 32. Maybe that could be pretty good for it. Can we get locked in 32 for BURU? There's 31. There's 32. Can we get locked in? Oh, the halt level's going to extend. Hmm. No trades yet because it's been a little weird. The volume was a little lighter at 20, 22. That pullback right there, a little wild. Halt up is at 34. It's trying again. All right, this will get locked in. This can bring about some good opportunities. More people are going to be aware of it now that it's getting hit on halt scans. All false halt.
TG.
This one doesn't like to dip. 38 to halt up. Oh my gosh. All right, I got to get more aggressive here. I'm leaving money on the table. It's another false halt. Halt level is now at 40. Should get locked in this time. I left some money on the table. I could have been long 32 just now. Okay. Hmm. I'm really and truly waiting for a pullback, but this dip came out of a resumption. From a halt, rather a 34 false halt. It teleports down a little bit. But I don't know, it didn't seem safe. It didn't seem safe. So I didn't jump in. Yesterday I drank a soda. I wonder if that's what's giving me this headache. Freaking 65 grams of sugar, man. Like, what did they think? What was I thinking, really, drinking that? What the heck was I thinking? It was a ginger ale. 60, or was it 55? 55 grams of sugar. Enough to kill an elephant. And here I am drinking it like a mad person. But yes, looks like it's going down a little bit. $48 and 11 seconds. Oh, the RUGs had halted up. Oh, holy, oh, smokes. Damn. Well, can't say that I'm surprised. What's the volume? And it's red because of the open. What was it? Breakout over what? 25? 29? It's definitely risky though with that lighter volume, especially. Okay, BURU resumption 48:11. We got about 2 minutes. Did I put? I forgot the L. All right, resumption. I got about a minute and some change. All right, this should be pretty good. This should be this should be pretty good. 48:11. BURU. We got about 10 seconds. Here we go. 10 minutes. All right, okay. Actually this is good. It's gonna give me time to check the daily chart because I didn't do that. Let me just double check BURU daily chart. Make sure all the levels. There we go. Clear the drawing set. $200 EMA at 11.21. I highly doubt it goes all the way there. That would be quite the spectacle. But August 14th, we had a high point of 285. On that day, we had 42 million shares of volume. In this recent cluster, going back just a few days, we had a high point of 148. So we need to clear 150 out of this resumption easily. If that can happen, that'll be a good sign. If so, perhaps a room up to $2 and then 250. And then 445 if it really happens to go crazy like some of the other stocks. $53.11. We got about 3 minutes. It's 10:50 a.m. The RUG is halted down after a high of 29. I might try a trade here, 200 shares. $51.34 for DRUG. But I'd like to see it gap lower out of the resumption. DRUG, small size, couple seconds, or 25.77. Bro, this is extremely, it's not liquid at all. I wanted just a little bit more selling pressure there to jump in, but it's going to go, it's going to bounce. Not going to be in. BURU coming back. That is dangerous though, its size, I think. I mean, you gotta be a different breed to be jumping in that 3K shares. And that might be small size for some people. So BURU 53.11, about a minute. It's showing sideways resumption. Here we go, 10 seconds. BURU. Three, two. What? It resumed at 60 and is halting down. Well, oh wow. Oh my, we waited 10 minutes for that. I'm seeing it getting halted at 45. I'm like, wait, how can we get halted 45? with just a 5 cent move, but it's getting halted down. Man, yeah, the false halt trade, it's not a bad trade actually. I almost got in there too, but I almost bought the false halt, but I wanted to see 1 penny above the halt level. There was maybe like what 15,000 shares left. Now we probably have to wait another 10 minutes. Can we get a normal resumption here? Do I post this GIF? We're going down with the ship today, boys. The RUG halted up. The volume on the RUG is just too dangerous, man. And then a random burst of volume gets in there to halt it up. Here we go again with the GIFs. What a day. What a day. I've been red on so many stocks recently too. More than usual. I mean, I've had decent green, but I've been red, right? Like on the same day. And it ended up being like a flat day. But that ATNF early, I can't complain, man. I just, those dips, they're just so massive. Dropping $5 a share. ATNF needs to trap. Big Steve, brother. Big red for Big Steve is minus 195 bucks. Big Steve is the master keeping it tight. So BURU, we have 58.39 if it is 5 minutes. So that'll be in 10 seconds. Let's see how it goes. Moon, 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 moon. Come on. Take me where I've never been before. Sky high. Yes, sky high. I'm gonna get back in again because this stock is known for going beyond. Yeah, well, that was close. It got to 44 and back down. Shit. All right, that was pretty risky trade. I didn't buy back 25. Is it done? It looks like it might be done. Bro, that we got to 44. That trade was supposed to go to the halt up. Like, come on. The RUG, a whopping $75. Big seller DRUG 27. 31.27 big seller. And the seller's gone. Wow. See, in a normal world, we would get back to that seller, the order would come down, I'd be long selling at 34. But it just teleports through the seller. Did they cancel? Like the normal entries are not even coming. Now the seller's back. The RUG. I might go long. Oh, the halt down is so close. Yeah, it's too close. Well, 5 minute chart is also looking pretty weak. Oh man. The best action seems to have been pre-market. Big seller 30. Brother. Well, $200 loss. Bro, we eat away this now that there's a big seller. We eat away all the shares. I buy with just 3,000 shares or less, and then it rejects $1 a share. The last time it just teleports to the seller, up $4 a share. Come on. So it's a good move there. I'm gonna try again. 5 minute candle is red. That's the only problem here. Well, maybe not. Am I grasping at straws? Is it time to walk away with a flat day? It's like I'd expect to see at least another stock or two, but it might be the waiting game. The writing may be on the wall. Bro. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. How did you guys do? Let's check the chat, the YouTube comments. Did I file taxes for unprofitable years when you got started? Did I pay anything on it? When I started, I was green the first year, 16,000. I was red in the actually no. Going back to like 2019, I mean, well, I think I was down like 4K. I didn't bother to do anything about that. I'd have to like do research. I forget how much you could like claim towards losses. John saying felt like I was hesitant today. Would I say the same? I I would disagree. I mean on BURU, I could have jumped in at like 30. That's like one of the only trades I think I'd recall missing. My problem is that I didn't hold long enough in the key trades that I had. I mean I traded fairly well. ATNF, the dips were just too much. Like the dips were just dropping too much. We would flush down. It'd start to like get some buyers. We're holding a level, maybe like a second or two. I'm in, thinking, okay, we just dropped $3. Can we see at least a 50 cent to an 80 cent, 90 cent bounce? The thing then drops another $2 or $1.50. So like, that's kind of how it started. But I did what I needed to do on the other stock that came, VS. If there's an area I'm not buying in, like I've had issues prior days, today and yesterday, no issues executing. But if I'm not buying in an area like this, it's because there's just no entry. Like the entries, if there's an entry, it's like it's so aggressive to where it's like it's just not making enough sense risk to reward wise. Like my risk is everything on the pullback, and my reward is hoping the stock goes higher. It's just too much of an unknown in some areas. BURU. But we gave back. We were up 2.2. We gave back half. Trying to buy a breakout here. and then watching the dips in this area. Maybe should have eased off sooner. Let's see what else. There's floating orders. Yeah, you got to be careful with floating orders. NIVF. Uh, there's some conversations. KOSS. Wait, what were you guys talking about? What happened to this market suddenly? Daniel? I mean, I don't know if there's some sarcasm here or not. But I mean, I don't know, man. If you ask me, I think I think this year was hotter than last year. Um, we've all gained a year plus of experience, of course. I do think the fills in terms of price improvements are not as good as it used to be with TD, but I think day for day, pound for pound, this year has been better than last year. And a lot of that is a testament to liquidity and the amount of money that there is now in the world, in the market. Like the market is way more liquid than it was just a few years ago, right? Like today for example, I mean, although some of the stocks didn't really continue, we had like five stocks of 400% plus, right? Just pre-market alone. So there's been more liquidity, and ultimately there's been more opportunity. Day for day, pound for pound, regardless of if I do well or not on a day or on a month, you got to be able to take that third person's point of view and just assess the day. It's like on a day like today, like today's a good example. Today I'm flat, but there was a ton of opportunities today, right? I mean, this stock VS did go from 350 to 950, and percentage wise, like without pre-market percentage, this is 170% move. If I did not do well on the day, I there's nothing, I can't say anything bad about the market, right? It's just me and my execution. Because if a stock goes up 170%, I mean, that's what we want. The risk is always there, but that's always been the case, right? The risk has always been there, even in the past. I can't believe holding longer is like such a problem here for me. Like, I usually tell myself by day number three, day number three, if I have a problem, it shouldn't take more than 3 days. If I have an issue with something. Here I am, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. And every day is a little different. Every day is a little, certain things are changing, but all three of these months could have been like 30, 40K months. Even this month to this point on the month could have already been like a 30K month. That's the opportunity that I'm seeing in my head, like on a day-to-day basis. It's not like I'm just guessing, but it's like if you're to be locking in and capitalizing properly, and this still includes the slippage, this still includes trades that you could miss, but executing well and being very consistent with that, for what I'm seeing, is those are the numbers that I think I can do. I gotta watch back some older archives as well, and I gotta put up put up a few stickies again. It looks like it's slowing down though. A lot of people. It seems like the chat is kind of quiet. The Discord is kind of quiet. The YouTube stream is kind of quiet. Kind of quiet. SAIH. Whoa, big range, big range. SAIH. 111 for the halt up. And there it is. Or will it get locked in? That was a good call out from Mighty. SAIH locking in at 112. I didn't even have my 3 decimal points, but still jumped in. Save the monster plus 10k today. Way to go. Stealth, nicely done. Dash had some trouble this month. You gotta keep it tight, brother. Size down. You gotta size down. Resumption. I had to tell this guy at Momo Pro that he should also add the estimated resumption time for every 5 minute interval. That can save us having to do the math. Although, I guess it doesn't really take that much to count. Where we were halted at 11:15 and 41 seconds. So at 11:20 and 41 seconds my time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Let's drink some water. The headache, the migraine. This nonsense ginger ale. That's the only thing I could think of. I drank a protein shake last night, but I don't think that should have given me a headache. I'm using decent size here, so I need to be accurate. But can the stock give a nice flow? A nice sequence, rather. A nice sequence. We're halted up at 111. 2041. Room 115, 128. The chart's not populating on Thinkorswim, but E-Trade is showing me 115 and then 128. All right, we got less than a minute. Big Steve, let's get it. Resumption at 111 in 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3 seconds. 11. Fair fill. Fair fill. Dip one more time. Dip one more time. Dip one more time. Dip, 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 dip. Sold early, man. I needed to buy back. But again, is that hesitation that comes there? 32? Oh, man. There's a spread. Freak. That hesitation at 11 for high of day. Bro, false halt. Like, it didn't even give a warning there. Dang it, man. Great entry. 8. Got exit at 8, selling at 12 area. Bro, I'm gonna go mad that these market orders are so trash right now. They've always been trash, but they're even worse now. I was ready to go long, big size, double the size. If I could have gotten the dip from 17 back down to like 10. But it didn't really come down. I would have had to buy 15, which is just a little aggressive in case the pullback was going to come. Man. What I could maybe do is to take a bigger first position and just scale out. Just in that first trade, maybe I should just take 6, 7K shares and just, you know. Day trading. These last 3 months, I've been averaging $550 a day, which has just been, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. It's like $550 is one trade, you know? Like if I've been losing that much money every day, I gotta like, I gotta come correct. I gotta come fresh. Gotta make some changes, some adjustments. In August, we kind of did that. But maybe we reverted back into some bad habits. I got to do a deep dive and try to see where I'm going wrong here because $500 is good, but there's no way I'm only making $500 a day. This is like back in 2023, early 2023. My size has dropped to half. $26, 25, 26, 39. $500 a day pays for the goals I have for myself, my grand aspirations. It's not gonna cut it. If that's all we could do because the market is just slow and it's different. But not in these days and times where if I'm to be the best version of myself, I could do 5K a day. So there's no excuse but to get better and to be better and to be more consistent, more disciplined. 32, 26, 39. Guys, let's jump into Gen 1 when you guys get a chance. I guess after this resumption. 26:30. I'm gonna jump into Gen 1 after this. 26:39. 10 seconds. 132. It's showing 160. Oh, 145. 145. Here we go. Oh, you son of a gun. I should have sold earlier. Maybe I could have gotten the fill. Bro, are you kidding me, man? The beautiful dip is teleporting down to a halt. I bought at 36. The halt down is like 7 cents away. Well, easy come, easy go, and this is why I'm giving back so much gains. Ah, the pastor in the dumps, in the depths. Bro, are you kidding me? That was such a good dip. That was a good dip. That was a good dip. I waited patiently. I didn't jump in 41. A good captain must go down with the ship, they say. Um, you see, but when this type of thing happened to me, I can't even be upset. Like this is just part of the deal. These nonsense halt teleporting down is gonna happen. Now, what I can hope for is that it opens up sideways and I get out at 30. At least that'll be salvageable. But if it opens up at like 20, then best case scenario, it opens up higher, which is unlikely, fills me high and then drops or whatever it does. It's showing 51 resumption. Maybe we might get lucky here. But what are the odds of that happening? It's showing me 130, 150, 129. It looks like it might be sideways. Reducing the half size was a good move. Being in with 3K shares would have been a little too much. Nothing like missing all those beautiful, and even with this move down here, it's like capturing the stock properly going up, to give back something here, honestly, not even a problem. But not fully maximizing and then getting caught, you have that imbalance to like the sell side. Resumption 32, 2 minutes. This day is like just in the slums. In the slums, brother. We got 15 seconds. Showing 126, 130. I mean, what's it gonna be? The dip at 20 is gonna work. Dip at 20. Not quite bouncing this time, at least not right away. 20. The halt down is at 10. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Let me show you guys how the month is looking. The great relentless trader struggling. Bro, I can't believe this this is just insane. I know to not take any sort of frustration out on the market, but this is the type of situation where I say, I, the great relentless trader, struggling. But this is a testament to day trading being difficult, being tricky. As you guys can see, it's pretty mental. Relentless trader, 5 years of experience, having a hard time. Having a hard time. In the past, something I would say very frequently when I had trouble is that I got a little unlucky. This can't last long. Here I am, 2 months of like not so great trading, you know? Ah, there is no panic. There is no nothing, right? In terms of like being worried about anything. We've been doing well. It's been a great year. It's been our best year ever. We got to, still have context and still have perspective. But it definitely is a little frustrating on the day to day to not perform as well as I think I could perform based off of what I'm seeing. And I wonder if I'm putting pressure on myself in a way that, maybe it's what's making me not do as well as I should. I don't know. I'll like really think about this stuff, like see if there's something that's maybe at times either distracting me, bothering me. Is there something that I need to change in my routine? This has been the month so far. Like some people, if you're like a newer trader or beginner trader, you might look at this and say, man, this you only have 2 red days. You're green most of the days. But it's like every day here should have been like a plus, maybe $1,600 day, worst case scenario. Almost all the days here. And then there's red, days like yesterday, days like today. Mm, 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 mm. There's something that I have to fix, that I have to change to get back to more dominant days, more consistent days. We go back to January and just consistency, really. This is what the days for what I'm seeing now should be looking like. Not in comparison to what I did, but for what the market is providing now. It's like this is a more accurate representation of what the days should be looking like. So there's something I have to like really deep dive. I mean I've been studying a lot too. Well, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something that I'm not seeing now. And maybe I need to get back to a little bit more of what I did in August, which is just to get in and out of here earlier. If the day is not going well early, just walking away. And then the moment we get to where we need to be, the first sign of backside, I just X out everything. That ended up working out well last month. Like the first sign of backside is like the moment that the uptrend is over. Forget trying to make anything on the consolidation. Forget trying to capture dips. Hmm. Well, at the end of the day, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. The market, this space is where it's at. There's hardly any overhead. Like there's other businesses. There's so much cost. Factories, buildings. You got to pay your rent on the property. In terms of like margins, right? Your product versus the cost to making the product, transporting it. This field is like there's no overhead. There's no expense besides your internet and your PC. But can we be very consistent with ourselves? And now I see what it feels like because there's a guy in our chat room about 2 years ago that was at one point making I think like 15,000 a day, and then he went to making 1K a day. This is like 2022, right? So all of us are in there, like all the younger traders at that point. We're telling him, man, you're making 1K a day, and you're upset. You're not, or let's not say upset, but it's like that feeling of just how do I describe this? I gotta choose my words wisely here. Because it's like on one hand you are grateful that you are doing these numbers, but then on the other hand it's like, and I think it really comes down to what the market is offering. If the market is still providing the same opportunities, then there's a bit of a problem, right? If the market is not providing the same level of opportunities, it's different. As SAIH might be getting halted up here. Yeah, if the market is, slower, we're in a recession and you can just scrape with whatever you can scrape by with. But I mean, the market has been just as hot, even if not even more hot. Mm-mm. SIH halted up. In terms of green versus red days, it's been decent, but our green day is not packing any sort of punch. Like, let's erase the first 2 days here and see. October, what was that, Thursday? Let's do the 3rd to the 16th. Half the month is gone already. I might trade that resumption. I don't know. We'll see. And then these two massive red days that should have been good green days. It's like this is unacceptable here. This here is not good. Hmm. This is madness. Not with days like today and yesterday. There's no way. So the goal remains the same, to improve, to be better. Yesterday, just a tragedy, really. It's not showing why. Well, it's not even showing that I was that yesterday or no? Okay, this day, 15th. 15th, man. Unacceptable. I know what needs to be done. I can already see myself doing well. I can already feel it. I can see it. Oh, walking away, came back. Walking away, came back. Oh, walking away, came back. And then walking away for good. This needs to happen up here. Worst case scenario up here. And I did put that in the chat. I'm like, okay, after this big flush, I'm out of here. Stock flush down. I'm like, yep, I'm out. Came back again. This is quite the recovery here. 07, 45.26. It's really supposed to be like half. If I lose half of the gains, I mean, even on a day like today, right? When I gave back, when I was up to 2,200, once I dropped down to like 1,500, you got to just start thinking of to stop. And it's sometimes it's difficult because it's like a stock still seems strong, still seems like it could keep going, but it's like in the long run, the numbers are saying if I walk away every single time versus the days where I can maybe make more, it's just going to be more profitable. Sometimes I wonder if I should take time away, like go on a vacation and come back. But then I don't know if that's the right move. Maybe, maybe not. 45. The good news is that despite this, like, you know, drop in performance, still, like not big red. Like there's a silver lining there at least. Like I'm not, down 10K a month or something. We're still managing. Here's a resumption 127. It's showing higher. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Showing 40 now. 46. 45. High of day is at 49, so maybe it opens up and gets halted up again. Triad. Triad starting a garage sale. All right, maybe maybe I should stop posting these gifs where the people start to revolt and then it's mutiny in the chat. They're gonna start a petition. So 40, let's see, for the resumption looks like it's coming down. So 39, maybe 39, 40. Still showing 40. You know what I might do? What I could do for the GIFs, I could create a role. That's what I could do. I probably could have did that in the first place. I could create another role to where those people that have that role have access to posts. Because what was happening is that there was like a few people that was just, really just like overdoing it. And at times it would flood the chat a little bit. So maybe everybody can post just except those few people. Maybe. Maybe. Something I'll think about and maybe we bring it back. 2 minutes to the resumption. Man, the catalytic converter got stolen off of a car in our yard a few years ago. The people in the chat room are talking about in the Discord. They're talking about what they're gonna do to get themselves back to flat or green on the day. Catalytic converter, garage sale. I'm gonna shut it down here soon. But watching SAIH resumption. I think once we solve our problem though, we should be doing anywhere from like high 20s to like maybe 40K regularly a month. And then when there's really hot momentum and we do our job well, and those months are going to be the months of like 50, 60 plus, maybe 100K plus, right? Really depending. QNRX. QNRX. Oh, this one definitely might have been worth it. Oh, 4 to 30? Jeez. Well, I was rambling on, so missing that one is fine. It's quite the move though, from about 95 cents up to 130. Here we go. SAIH. Here it is. The spreads were too big for me to jump in there. We had 31 by 40 or 39. Well, decent move. No dip in there, but decent move. You guys took that? Did anybody jump in? All right. It's getting close to that time to shut it down. Looks like Big Steve left out. Guys, let's jump into Gen 1. Crispy trades, man. What a monstrous day today. Crispy trades never ceases to amazes the people here. To amaze the people. Oh my gosh. Crispy, man. Absolute beast. Woo! Those are some big boy numbers. Crispy trades up 30K on the day, ladies and gentlemen. Normal day for him, though. Normal day. Absolutely insane. So QNRX and SAIH both halted up.
Six, I think it was six.
Wait, say that again? Oh yeah, man. It was a pretty close day. And what I
Yeah,
can
I was rooting for you to just hold on to it for a few seconds. I was like,
and that's the difference. A guy like Crispy maybe took a similar trade, 10K size. Trying to get my
I don't mind.
audio. I think he's red a small amount. Yeah, they're moving. Can someone say something? Check, check, try out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. QNRX has that level there at 170, 176. Could possibly be a good target.
Crispy trades, man. Absolute legend.
How'd you do today, RT?
Flat day, brother. Flat day, man.
Yeah, this was very reminiscent of the days following BMR, where if you were on the wrong side of the whips, even if the chart looks really good, you could have gotten stuffed.
How did you finish up?
Um, I'm at hold on a sec. I'm trading CTCX right now. It's moving a little bit. About to retest high day, hopefully. Come on. Struggling right here though. I'm gonna sell. I'm up 1,200 right now, but hoping to get a little bit more and then call it before I give it all back.
QNRX might be backside here. Nice move up, but you know, it's pretty extended.
Yeah, these I call them sub 75 centers, the ones that have like the really tight bands, are so risky up here because I don't know if you saw there was a day one day last year a stock halted down at $1 and it resumed at like 20 cents. It was insane. So that's always in the back of my mind with these halt downs on these $1 stocks. Not to fearmonger.
Hey, just curious, what's the 200 EMA like for you guys? Because my broker is saying the daily 200 EMA is at around 166 for me. But on the Weibo, it has different data. I don't know which one's right.
Which stock is that?
Oh, I'm talking about QNRX.
QNX.
I'm seeing 360.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it will matter because this thing just
Yeah.
halted.
Yeah.
Wait, is it halting down or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trade this.
QNX.
ETCX has got a little bit of volatility for the volume it's giving. But it just made a new high and now it's starting to flush, so I don't know if it's done or what.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this chat and prepare my lunch. I'm thinking I'm done for the day.
Yeah, I'm about to be done as well.
Over 44, this thing could go, but it's struggling. SAIH. But with this topping wick, maybe that's it. And ATNF gave a nice bounce there. Lucas heading out. Yeah, it's been a crazy day, man.
Were you green at all today, RT?
I'm flat.
Were you ever green in the morning?
Yeah, I was up like 1K at one point, but I started red like 800. So I had to dig my way out of the hole and wasn't able to retain the gains.
Yeah.
Lucas had a nice day yesterday, though.
Who had a nice day?
Lucas?
Oh yeah. A lot of people had nice days yesterday.
Yeah. I like how big Steve is so dramatic, and then he's like, red, only $100. But his risk management is good, though. Keeps it tight.
Oh, Big Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He makes it seem like he's down like $1,000 or something.
Right. But Beam, once you're finished trading, man, what happened yesterday? Once you're done with these trades, you're in there.
Yeah, watching it back, I just got, and I still do this from time to time, and this is part of the reason why I don't like trading in the afternoon, is I get pretty tunnel visioned on my trades, and I was trading like I normally would, but when there was literally zero volume and zero liquidity. And I even mentioned it or when I was trading, I was like, man, this thing is so slow. It's just going to teleport up or down. There's no real read on the tape that you can make. And honestly, that's why I drained so much from my highs, because when it was moving, I was literally printing. I think I made 7K in 30 minutes after that first halt.
Yeah.
But once the volume left and I was still trading, it was just a recipe for disaster. So that's the one thing I took away from yesterday.
Yeah, because when we came in the chat, your call outs were like perfect almost. So I was wondering
Yeah, I
how
was
how
like
it happened.
absolutely dialed during that time. But it's a distinct contrast between volume versus no volume and how I trade.
Crispy's about to jump in for a review. We'll see what he calls out. I'm guessing he caught that big dip, man, and held. Well, there's a couple of them, so I guess that's not specific enough. What happened to me when I left Beam? Uh, there was a drop and I wrote in the chat, okay, I'm out of here. At that point, I'm still green on the day, like 1800. And then I came back like another 3, 4 minutes later, just couldn't walk away. And I got caught in that drop from 26 down to 20.
Damn. Yeah, dude. And then you're just like even more mad because you had already told yourself you were done.
Exactly. Like Tim, I think Tim got caught for like 3K, but he's green like 16K on the day. So it's not as
Right.
bad, but I got obliterated right there. After that, I'm like, you know what, man? I'm out of here.
Well, it's definitely easier said than done, but like based on what I just said about why I lost money yesterday, I told myself today that I was not going to trade drug because it was so high price and I knew the volume was really light on it. But I decided to trade it out of that halt up near high a day. And I was only doing 500 shares, but I lost 1 grand and 2 trades on it. And I was just like, why am I? Because it was also low volume and also just like similar to yesterday, just low volume teleport one way or the other. There's no way to kind of time it.
Hmm. I think I could have done well on it if I was still in the zone. Like before I left the live stream, man, like I was killing that 1350 range, but coming back after the call out, that's what really got me, like being a little disoriented. The stock was halted. I never checked the halt resumption time. So I'm doing other stuff. It resumes. I see it in the side of my eyes. Then I start trying to jump in. It's just like a mess from start to end coming back, which was on me for not doing my due diligence and going through my risk management criteria.
Yeah. I also, oh my gosh, I also got absolutely kind of destroyed by Charles Schwab on the resumption of drug today too. I was in at like 30, 32, when it flashed up to 34 and it showed like 33.50 on the bid. I pressed sell and the bid drops to 31 and I took $1.50 loss, even though the bid was at a $2 winner when I pressed it. It was just, and then it of course reclaimed right back, but I was just so frustrated about that.
Yeah. Reminds me of BDRX. I was green on realized like 60 cents twice trying to sell into the spreads and made 10 cents total. Brutal. Yeah, where's Crispy though? Crispy's maybe still trading. I'm guessing Marcelo got caught with the overextended dips on ATNF early. Smitty B, take care, brother. Marcelo.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How did you get red? Was it ATNF early?
Yeah, it was ATNF. I don't know. I was just so biased on thinking that it was going to go through pre-market highs and make a parabolic move that I just kept on buying the dips on the VWAP. and I was like, I just want to be holding a good position for that big rip into towards pre-market highs, but it never happened. It just kept bleeding out.
How many
Bleeding,
shares did
bleeding.
you accumulate on your biggest position out of the open?
Maybe like 4,000 was my maximum. But I was making and losing 2,000 per trade.
Yeah,
So it was
that's
pretty crazy.
risky at the open.
It was like up 2,000. It started the green up 2,000, then it lost it all, then made 2,000 again, then went down 1,000, then went down 4,000. Was whipping all over the place. I'm trying to catch a dip here on QNRX. This is my last Hail Mary.
Why do you call it a Hail Mary?
Because I'm red and I'm trying to get green.
QNX.
Where's Crispy, man? Maybe I should FaceTime him.
He catfished us. QNRX. Into the depths.
There's no way I was in that halt down and I made 4 cents of profit.
Nice, that's good though.
Bro, yeah, but today was such a freaking roller coaster for the market. I knew that I was either gonna be big green or I was gonna be red. Because yeah, yesterday was so good that they also started to pound and I let my emotions just dragging down. Freaking
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think pre-market was way too hard for us to have anything left. Even though I thought we could have continued with the same pace we had pre-market, but
I was so like sure that, well, not so sure, but yeah, I was more certain that BS was gonna do the move, and I did trade it pretty well. But yeah, then I got really stubborn in random PRQR, and I somehow lost 3 grand there, and then stupid, and then not much more. Just now with the dollar stocks.
yeah. I also
You know-
feel like the whole trading on VS was so tricky. I think I lost on all of them. Every time it
Yeah.
halted.
Yeah. It was just I recognized at the open that the dips were getting bought up like very fast, and then yeah, that 2 halts were pretty tricky. I have to say indeed, but I somehow survived it.
Yeah.
The worst part
Def-
for me today was recognizing when everything was starting to fail.
Fucking hell.
And, once VS was turning around and everything was just failing, I kind of already started to recognize, like, shit, like, today's looking, or, like, at this point, everything's looking like it's cooling off. Like, this crazy heat that finessed us early on is completely going away. And which was the perfect moment to start to ease off, but still trying to like execute some trades on the backside, and that was that's what sucked today, is like noticing that it was kind of like cooling off, but still trading it and getting hurt by it. Sucked a lot today.
I'm gonna go over my trades up until Crispy gets here. The Pastor, man. Marcelo the Pastor is in the slums, brother.
Well, we all are today.
Hold on,
I'm taking the
put-
dip below $1 in SAIH, but it looks very bad, like a Christmas tree. But
I will take it, yes.
So
I'm gonna
initially,
take both hold resumptions on both stickers.
Yep.
Maybe we get started.
let's see. Okay, looks like I came. Oh no, like I came before the resumption. This thing was strong though, man. VS once it got over this like flat top at like 450. I think my first trade was the break of this $0.50.
I just take that candle at ATNF. I think I'm gonna log off.
And this is the BDRX trades where it just I wouldn't get the fills. Like look at this resumption here, man. It dips. I'm gonna buy the dip. I'm in. It goes to 80 by 86. And I make $200 only trying to sell up there. I jump back in, tight spread area there. Still got filled above the ass. Fine. Right here, I'm going to try to hit the ass 61. And you can see there's a massive spread here. This ends up being a flat trade. I mean, I don't even know the fill that I get there, but it's going to come back down. And then flush. That stuff like this drives me crazy, man. And then switching over to VS. So it ripped up to 70. I think I take the $0.50 dip maybe. Lags in the fill, you can see. Well, it didn't even really dip. It was a bit of an aggressive trade there, though. Continued, and it's going to push up. 70 held up so well here, man. 70 held up like, and I only took it once or twice. It held up like 6 times. There's a bit, so I jump back in again right there. And I take the pop over 80. But I thought it's gonna flush. I was thinking it's gonna flush down through the level. I think so. Eventually, it's gonna keep coming, and then I'm gonna stop trading it in this area, waiting for the bigger flush that's never gonna come.
2 in X.
So the day started off like pretty decent for me, and then gave back. There's 73 again. Like I was thinking, like man, like Marcelo and Tim probably just milking these levels too. You guys know we all trade pretty similar, so like, but the risk is there if it does flush down to like 50. $75 again. Right there, I tried it, and then I got the high fill. And this was like a brutal trade. I'm gonna pause it here. Look at how close this is. So it's a 72 by 76. I'm gonna finally try again. We had 72 by 73, and then the bid in the ass like teleport higher. And those trades, you gotta just live with it, buying market. The resistance at the time was 90. I sold for over 90, jumped back in for the break of the whole dollar. And this was good because yesterday I didn't take this trade on the other stock. So when I watch back the archive, I'm telling myself, this trade here, like if we come close to the whole dollar and it's not like dropping down immediately, I need to jump in right away because it's gonna just go. So this was a good improvement day over day. And in at 96, it's up at 23 on the ass. And look at my fill. Like look at the unrealized versus what I actually got. Like stuff like this is just crazy, man. They're playing with me all day long. I must have gotten it filled at 10. So I tried to take the dip at the whole dollar and I gave it back. Sadly. 70 was support. This is me trying 70 for a couple cents. And these are the trades like this where I just am not holding long enough. Taking 10 cents right there, or whatever that was, 12 cents. The high was at 35. Like, I should not be selling so soon. I'm leaving like 20 cents plus on the table there. You know, right here is a better sell, like 98, even $5, or somewhere here. At least I could have scaled out, you know, like sell 1,000 if I wanted to take something. And this is where the profits is not as big as it should be. So when the losses do come, you know, you're not really seeing that imbalance to the buy side, to the green side, because some of those trades are like mismanaged a little bit.
UPC.
Something to, you know, that like I think that's a difference in the market now. In prior markets, a stock like this would like linger in that area. It'll pop to 85, drop back to 60, pop to 85, similar to what we saw at 70 just now. But some areas, when you get that extended dip, you definitely have to give it a little bit more time. And right here, I'm just hoping it dips again so I can get in. And I don't think it did. I'm gonna try to, you know, utilize the last area's risk and just try to buy, but let's see, I can fast forward a little bit. So it got back up to 5. I don't think I got anything here. This is me trying for high of day at 30. I stop out. It goes without me. And I think this went all the way to 70 or 80. We can rewind that a little more. So it got over 5. And the break, even the break of 5, I thought was like tricky here. Usually I try to hold the whole dollar trade, like if it holds above the level, but it drops to 94. So I'm like, okay, maybe buying 5 is not going to make sense because I missed it. I'm not in on the dip because I sold so soon. The stock didn't retest the lows. So I have to take a breakout trade no matter what right here. Break of 5 was a little, you know, tricky. Maybe I could have bought right there at 05, 505. But other than that, I'm going to, right here, I'm starting to realize like, damn, it looks like it's just going to go. So I'm going to try this trade for break of 30. There's a churn. I sell. And right here, it's like, damn, I'm kind of missing everything. This is how close it is. You know, most days are just so close. If this stock dips again to that low of what, like 60 right here, the chances are is that I'm back in it. And I am, you know, aware that, okay, I could have held longer. You know, I'm not saying I'd be holding it to 550, but, you know, at least to 5, scaling out. And then that gives you the confidence to jump back in again. So it pushes up to 80. This dip, you know, it's gonna dip down to 60 right there. But you know, I'm thinking maybe it's a little high. But that was the dip, and it's gonna retest the highs for the halt up. And this is a day where I lost big on this ATNF early, so I'm like expecting some exaggerated dips. From 5 to 580, it dips 20 cents. You know, I didn't feel confident in that 20-cent dip, so I didn't take it, and now it's halted up. But you know, the reality is if I do capture the trade from 5 or 530, I think I would take that dip despite it being 20 cents. And you know, Crispy's here. Crispy brother, you should have said something. Crispy trades in the building.
Yeah, what's up? I'm here.
All right, brother, you can take over. Jump on here. Show us how the day was for you.
Yeah, I'm still watching the resumption on this, so probably go over the day in a little bit. But right now we got UPC and TWG halted. I'm just gonna see kind of what I can do first.
Very, very good. I'm also watching.
UPC is a former liquidation name. It's kind of like a multi-day grind, and then it went into a wedge. clean wedge, and then rocket. So we shall see. Got it's opening in a minute here.
Marcelo, by the way, that thing that I had to do, this is why it's not done yet. Trading all day, bro. You're gonna have to push back.
It's
Buddy
definitely
has his sound
it's,
muted.
it's actually to actually trade all day long. To be honest.
I agree.
UPC.
Ooh.
Long.
Good fill.
I got a really good fill, but I'm kind of sketched out. I think I might pin down. Oh no, there's a bidder. Yeah, I kind of botched that. I got a really good fill.
It didn't
Yeah, I'm
bounce,
just gonna
though.
dump it for like flat. Yeah, look at that volume. I'm just gonna go to TWG here. It's opening. It could be a little bit better of the trade. I loaded up some TWG. As a seller now. It's a little bit weaker, but if it can crack the seller,
UPC's back up.
yeah, that's fine. I prefer the higher price, so oh shit. Fuck. Got hit on TWG pretty hard there. I thought I was gonna trap. Yeah. Yeah, nice on UPC. It seems like that was one to focus on. I got hit on TWG there pretty good. At this point, I don't really see a pattern. It hit $1, so I guess any sort of pattern below $1, there could be some bids.
Yeah, these dips are not holding up.
I'm long 85. Nice. Just like there's no like legit pattern here. It's just trading the range. Yeah, went a bit further than I thought. Seemed like TWG did bounce back a little bit here. Yeah, finally caught a bottom, but the volume is extremely light. So I'm not sure how I really think about that. Kind of liking UPC here in this dip if it can catch a kind of like a triple bottom, but it has to hold. Oh fuck. That's not good. Gave back a good chunk. I thought it was gonna hold there for a split second. Yeah, kind of brutal. Oh, CTCX. Wow. Okay, there's a parabolic. Wow. I missed that one. I was actually watching this one all day. That was just such a fast rip. It's pretty crazy how fast it can rip there. I was buying it everywhere. Like I was buying it in this lower consolidation. This rip here is just some high velocity stuff. When the tape finally opens up. Yeah, so I lost about like 2K there in between TWG, UPC. Is what it is. I probably could have chilled out a little bit on sizing, but honestly, especially like TWG, I thought this one could really open up, but like just straight fails. And UPC, I actually was in it. I was in it pretty well down here, but it's how it goes, right? It's like later on you get into the day, like maybe you get like 1 or 2 good bounces on a setup, and if you're mistiming it, then you're really in the wrong. But you know, one good move, one good stock, and I can make back the losses.
Crispy, tomorrow I'm coming to your house and I'm just gonna stand and watch you trade, brother.
Sounds like a plan, bro.
This last month and a half, I don't know what it is, but I'm not making as much as I would usually make. Trying to figure it out.
That's kind of same here. Like today, I'm kind of breaking the ice a bit more, but I can definitely see how someone could be like barely green or red, because like if you don't catch like those specific trades, and then you're just mistiming, because like you know when the volatility is this high, the timing for your entries is just a little bit different, and your expectations is a little bit different. And for some people, like that adjustment is just like sometimes their mindset is just not there that day. But it's important. It's like, you know, these types of days or this type of environment, it doesn't pop up too often. So when it does, you want to make sure that you can capitalize, because you only need to capitalize a couple times like this year to at least pay the bills, right? So kind of lower some stress, allows you to cruise a bit better when it's slower.
That's right.
So we'll see CT, CX.
Yeah.
Only level I really see is 75 that I like. It's showing flat, not showing 69. So penny lower. Yeah, we'll just see. It's definitely a bit crazy. Like this is a pretty massive move, so I want to be careful. You know, if I'm not going to get the bottom, I'm not going to chase it, especially with this price range. But if it's going to catch a big buyer, then you know, more than happy to give it a shot.
20 seconds.
UPC.
It's not bad there. Made 1,000 on that pop. Definitely, I would say in a slower market, that would probably not even go, to be honest. Look at this extending now. Halt 83. It's actually sick, dude. Yeah. Should have held, but what can you do? I'm a bit more cautious because of the previous fails. Okay, now we're at 75. Okay, now there's a big seller, 78. If that can crack, it seems like it is cracking. Halt moved up to 90, so that's certainly some range there. I kind of want to see like under 75 or a hold near that level. Okay, so I'm back in a little bit, looking for back above 80. Yeah, I mean, this market is just on fire right now, so stuff like that's just gonna work. Made about 700 on that, so I made back almost a loss. So now I can start to cruise here.
How much size are you using?
16K. Look at this though, right? I mean, if you have conviction here, like this is like a freaking brutal move. I'm just a bit cautious because of the previous fails, like I said. But let's see, I'm watching dips now. Back in a little bit, 85, looking for 90s. Being cautious again, like, so I'm out there, it's hesitating. Okay, then a big buyer pops. So I jump back in. Maybe we get like 91 here, 91, 92 potentially. As a seller, I'm out. Like I'm not risking because I know this thing can drop in 10 cents in like a blink of an eye. There's a 5 cent drop. Can we get maybe 8, 9? There's 10. Dip buying it, 78. No, I'm out. Back in 78. Let's see if we get 80s. There's 81. And now the fills are getting a little bit awkward. So I'll just jump out 81. There's 82. Yeah, it's like I thought, like 10 cent drop. Okay, now there's a 5 cent recovery. Again, this thing just made 100% move, guys. Like essentially 100%, almost 100%. So just think about the time frame, right? Like, are you going to be that convicted? Like in this market, maybe, but look, right? Like check out UPC, what it just did. It just did a Christmas tree on UPC. TWG is basically failed completely, right? There's new highs though. It's good to see. Pre-market high is just below $1, or no, a high of yesterday, I meant. Got some back at 88. See now more selling coming in.
Anybody else did well there?
Back in 85. Giving it a little chance here. See if we can get 87s here. Nope. The fills are actually not that bad. I thought they'd be a lot worse. But I'm watching this for pop back up soon. Nice dips here. Got some 78s.
As soon as I hit the market, it just teleports to like get the high fill.
Oh, which one? Oh, this dip right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some wacky action, but now it's basing out again, so I like this. All down 68. Got a high fill there. See if I can go. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that's how it goes. I try to get that halt level there. Got fill like 71. Very shitty fill. But it's bouncing, so that's good. I took it out there. 75s. Yeah, that was a good setup. You can see this dip was just below the halt level here, the previous halt. So, but obviously it's risky, right? Because the halt level there was 68, but I saw the tape was turning, so I wasn't too afraid to give it a shot.
Nice, man. Definitely some aggressive entries, and they worked out.
I was trying to actually haul here.
Anybody else did well on that? Everybody else is sleeping.
People are sleeping on the money, bro. It's not good. Life-changing stuff.
Looks like Marcelo and Beam left out.
I have so many orders today. It's like ridiculous. I don't know about you, RT. How many orders you have? You, RT. How many orders you have?
Someone is saying we should have a trade-off. Well, I think Crispy might win, man. Crispy or Save, those guys are like big size.
Yeah, if you compare yourself too much and it's not good, you know, that's honestly something that I do too much, which is you're so focused on the P&L that like you actually forget like, hey, like I have to trade first. Like I have to figure this out. You know, it's like it sounds kind of dumb, but that's just some like the way I think sometimes. Like I'm like, oh, this went up a ton. I should be up this much, but I just wasn't focusing enough and missing entries. So
This chart that you have up there, Crispy, is e-signal, right?
yeah, the charming platforms, e-signal. I only used it because Ross used it a couple years ago. I think he still does. Oh no, I think he uses his like custom charts now, but I like it. It's very, very customizable, and like it just it never goes down. Like sometimes the thinkorswim charts can have issues with like displaying the correct thing, or there was even some days where like because of a reverse split the chart is just not showing.
Yeah.
So I've never had a single issue with this. It is pricey, but I don't know, I just like it better. And also they have like the mobile app, and it's easy to use there. So yeah, I think I'm paying around like 2,000 a year, but I don't know. I'm just so used to it, and for me also the higher tick rate is pretty important. Like for scalping, like these charts they update a little bit quicker, so I'm able to see information. Like it's a bit more smooth. Like for me, sometimes the thinkorswim charts can be like kind of like a slideshow.
Yeah, that's good, man. And plus it has the 15-second.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to like mess with any sort of settings. Like I can put whatever. I can put if I put like 5S for 5 second, there's a more exact chart. I can put 1S for 1 second. So you can like see all the intricate action, which is good because sometimes if you miss a move, sometimes when I miss a move, I just go down to the 1 second. So I can see, okay, for instance, this resumption, how was the action? Like how fast did it actually go? So in the 1 second, I can see, okay, it took about 5 seconds of consolidation and then it finally went. So I can see exactly the timing. And then of course I can do whatever. I can do 8 second, 9 second chart, and it's very quick. So I'm gonna watch CTCX here. 30 seconds till resumption. We'll see how it goes. Showing flat.
I heard someone say in the chat that Ross was up like 120 on the day pre-market.
Yeah, he's up something nuts. He was just loading on ATNF.
Nice.
Yeah, that one was hard to watch. Like missing that one. That was a tough one. I missed that pop there, CTCX. It's a bit too fast. VS is a bit of a rollover here. I think that chart's a bit too dead. Oops. ATNF is still hovering. Honestly, the ATNF strength was very impressive this morning. Like this is like pure like scalper's dream. Like this range here, it's just astonishing, and it's like basically all the liquidity you need. The backside was a bit underwhelming in my opinion, but the initial front side, like when it opened, the dip and rip. I mean, this is nuts. Like you can make your entire day if you just believe in the entry and it's your style. This is $3. This is $3.50 a share. On 1,000 shares, you can pay the bills. That's it. Yeah. So at this point, CTCX, the range is just a bit too weak for my liking. And also the spread's probably going to open up a little bit, so I don't really see much, but oh yeah, I can show you guys one trade that I had this morning. So I actually had I was very, very close to having my new biggest winner of my career on this, but I got robbed. I took 6,000 shares, like perfect entry. I had like 25.20 on this flip right here. And then I was selling. I got some bad fills, but into the halt up, I think I have a screenshot. I was up like like 11K or 12K. And then when it opened lower, I just got like bottom tick exit. It was terrible. Like if this trade actually worked out and I held, like could have been huge, but like this type of trade, like this higher price, it's very similar to a video I had up. I think I also reviewed it a little while ago. Like when these like parabolic names, like these previous parabolic names, sometimes on the second day, like they can give a really great kind of day two opening range, where it's like it's a bit more tradable, and sometimes I can halt up like this as well. So that was pretty good. And yeah, you can see now, right? CT, CX. So I'm not too mad. I was up about almost 3K. Now I'm only up like 1.4. But it's all right. Like the aggression that I used on these moves that I just traded now, like that's the kind of aggression that allowed me to have the big day today.
Are you just like watching the tape and the instant all the red just stops, you're hitting the market?
I mean, in theory, yeah, I'm trying to predict when that turn is coming. Sometimes I can buy right before it's going to turn. Sometimes if it's liquid enough, I can buy into the move. So it's all like I'd say it's more of like a timing strategy than anything. Like, level 2 of course matters, but sometimes these stocks they just have like a rhythm to them, and being able to predict that is pretty important, and getting into that flow. Because if you're off on your timing, like timing is actually everything in my opinion. Like it doesn't matter how good you can read a tape if you're just buying in the wrong areas, right? Nice bounce there, TTCX.
Oh no.
Which one you trading?
QNRX.
Oh, that one's. Wait. Oh no, never mind. I thought that was different.
It might go here.
Yeah, QNRX wasn't bad. I only traded it on the front side, but it seems like the back side's pretty nice as well. What's the halt on this? 130. Yeah, I'm not really sure about a halt up here, but obviously some good range.
Yeah, I missed the dip there.
Yeah, it's like, this stock just bounced from 105 to 124, right? So if you're going to be buying a micro pullback right now, like personally, I would not touch it here. It's technically backside. It already popped, almost 20 cents like right now. The 5-minute doesn't make much sense at all. Like if it's going to go back to like 110 maybe for a range play.
Yeah, I tried to buy 13 on a dip and I got filled, like it teleported up to like 20, so I got the high fill just now.
Mhm. If it goes like 110s, I don't know, this 5-minute it seems like it wants to hold up a little bit, so
For those of you on YouTube, I'm gonna shut it down here. Flat day for me, despite all the crazy
it's trying to go
momentum.
higher.
If you guys
I
want
don't know.
to, hold on.
Just not crazy about this.
If you guys want to join the conversation, and this thing's getting halted up. Wow. If you guys want to join the conversation, check out the chat room, check out the Discord. I'm getting ready to shut it down. Maybe I trade this resumption. All right, I'll trade the resumption. I tried at 20. I tried to buy a dip at 13 on that. Am I getting an echo? What's going on? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Here, I'll post a Discord link. But I'm gonna shut down the stream here. I've been telling you guys to join the chat, man. The chat room is where it's at. The chat room is where it's at, brother. Where else in the world can you have this many profitable traders at once in one area, right? This level of concentration. You got some of the students who became profitable. You have the team house members. You have myself, Marcelo, Tim. But yeah, check it out, and I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. I'll trade the resumption here, and then I'll shut it down. Catch you guys in the next one.